For the longest time, I couldn't really speak about love and I couldn't really define love. I just thought that one day it will come and then I will feel it. And I was kind of ashamed that I never felt this type of first sight love because I seen it everywhere in movies, everywhere in the social media. I seen the cute couple pictures and videos and I thought that what's wrong, why I don't feel it this way, and why we are all craving for it so badly. Because as I started to dig deeper inside of myself, I understood that for me real love has a bit of a different form than just this ideal image of a relationship between two people. And then I found this book called The Art of Loving by Eric Fromm, which really opened my eyes to the fact that love doesn't have one name and that love sort of has a different definition for everybody. And I read this one sentence where he said, "Love is a standing in and not a falling for." And when I read this, I felt like I'm not alone, because that's how I feel about love. That maybe the feeling of falling for is nice, but for me it's just a shallow attraction that you can build for somebody else. But the real love is about standing in, and the real love is about showing up even when the cuteness and the happiness and the excitement fades. When we meet the gray and sad reality, when we see the other depressed, when we see the other suffering, but we're still showing up and we're still there for them, that's what real love is for me. And I also feel like for me, real love is the realization that a person stops being my emotional escape, but they start being the mirror of my actions, and I can see my shadow within them, and I can see my deeper and darker sides within them, but I still stay, and I'm not afraid of it, and I'm glad that it happens, because maybe love isn't about lasting a lifetime. Maybe it's also about learning and experiencing and growing by each other's sides. And I think we all forget about it, and we all get kind of lost in the fact that the best love is the one that stays forever. But for me, the purest form of love is the one that isn't holding on tight, isn't like possession or ownership. One time, a girl told me this metaphor that really stayed in my mind, and she told me that love is like water, that when you try to hold it in your hands, if you hold it this way very tightly, squeezing it, it's gonna keep escaping through the holes in your fingers, and it's not gonna stay there. But if you open your hands like that and you let it just flow here, it's gonna stay and it's gonna be with you. And it's such a simple metaphor, but it's really how love is for me, because love is kind of the child of freedom, and it isn't supposed to be owned. It's just supposed to flow, and it's just supposed to exist, and if it is, it is, and if it happens, it happens. Forcing it is one of the biggest mistakes that we tend to do, because the most beautiful part about real love is when you let go of somebody, when you let go of all the expectations and you no longer hold on to them so tightly, but they still stay and they still choose you and they still show up, not keeping someone in the cage and then they have no other choice but to be with you. The beautiful part is just letting the person go, and if it's love, then no matter what, the two of you will connect somehow. Maybe the most beautiful love we can experience doesn't necessarily have to be the one that's meant to stay forever. maybe it's the one that's just gonna be short but real, the one that's gonna teach us things, the one that's going to make us love ourselves even more, the one that's gonna show us deeper sides of ourselves that we never thought existed and that maybe we were scared of even exploring. So since I started to be more open to this different definition of love than the typical one we see everywhere, I started to be more gentle with it. I started to look at it all a bit differently, and maybe some of the words I said can also hit close to home for any of you that will find this video. I guess I just wanted to share some of my thoughts on it, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed.